Just when I thought you couldn't be any dumber, you go off and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself! That was very loud. Hey guys, what's up? Bryan Sudfield here, and today I'll be here to review the long-awaited comedy sequel, Dumb and Dumber 2. This film is directed by the Farrelly brothers once again and stars Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels reprising their roles as Lloyd and Harry. This was a movie that a lot of people were waiting for. It's been 20 years since the first one came out. I wasn't even born when the first one came out. Dumb and Dumber is one of my favorite comedies. It is one of the best comedies ever. Okay, guys, if you have not seen Dumb and Dumber, there's obviously something wrong with you. You need to stop what you're doing right now, go turn on the TV, and watch Dumb and Dumber. It's one of the funniest movies ever. Now, look, I saw the movie for the first time about 2 years ago. It might actually be my favorite comedy movie. I could quote that movie so much and never get tired. Honestly, it's one of the best comedies ever, in my opinion. So, now we have the sequel. Was I hyped up for it? I wasn't going in with very high expectations. I went in with mild expectations. I mean, I was worried it was going to be bad, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, maybe this could be good. This movie picks up 20 years after the first one, and Harry and Lloyd have to go on another adventure because Harry finds out that he has a very good-looking daughter, and Lloyd might have feelings for her. And then they run into troubles once again. They do the same funny shit, and we have our movie. Well, I mean, I didn't hate the movie. I had fun with it, don't get me wrong. It was still enjoyable. It's just, it wasn't as great as it could have been. Now, if you truly love the first Dumb and Dumber, you might not like this movie that much. You could either like it or dislike it. Did I like it? I liked it. I just didn't love it. I don't think it was great. It could have been great. I wish it was great, but I knew it wasn't going to be incredible. I knew it wasn't going to be as good as the first one. Is it still funny? Yes. And when the comedy hits, it hits perfectly. There are, unfortunately, some jokes that don't work. Some of them are fart jokes, but to be quite honest, some of the fart jokes in this movie are actually funny, because fart jokes are usually the only thing used in comedy movies, but there are comedies out there that don't use the fart jokes, like The Hangover or This is the End. Those comedies work for what they are. And this movie, it had its fair share of flaws, but to be quite honest, overall it's funny. But the best thing about this movie is, once again, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. They jump back into their roles, their chemistry is brilliant once again, and they are perfect. These two are just perfect together. Jim Carrey, I love Jim Carrey. He is one of my favorite comedic actors. He is one of the funniest men on the planet. Honestly, if you watch any of these movies from the 90s, the guy would just do a facial expression and you would just laugh, because he was that great. If you watch Ace Ventura, there are so many facial expressions he does, and he always moves his head so fast like this. It's incredible. Simple. He just moves his face so quickly, and it's so funny. Jim Carrey is great once again as Lloyd. He jumps right back into the role, and it's perfect. Jeff Daniels, too. Jeff Daniels has really been on his A-game lately, because he's done a lot of drama. He's a great dramatic actor, as is Jim Carrey, but Jeff Daniels, he jumped back into this role, and he nailed it. They are perfect together as Harry and Lloyd. They're great together. I thought the movie was very fast-paced. I thought it was directed pretty well, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Now let's get to my flaws. Some of the comedy didn't work, like I said. There were some script issues. Laurie, Holden. Andrea from The Walking Dead. I hated Andrea so much. Not the actress. I just hated the character so much. She wasn't bad in this movie. She just really didn't mean much to me. Her storyline in this movie did not really mean much. I didn't care for her storyline. Honestly, the only thing you really care about in this movie is seeing Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels back as Lloyd and Harry. That's really all you care about in this movie. And now let's get to the daughter. Not that bad to look at, but she was not funny. I don't think she was that funny. They tried to make her look very stupid, but she just wasn't funny, in my opinion. And then there's something that happens in the later half of the movie that kind of took the movie down just a little bit, but then it picked back up at the very end. But overall, the movie was a lot of fun. I think it wasn't a great sequel. It was a decent sequel. It wasn't as bad as everyone thought it was going to be. I enjoyed it. I had some flaws with it, but overall, it's great seeing Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels back playing these characters, and I honestly hope that they don't make a third one. You don't need to make a third one. Just leave it here, and that's it. I'm giving this film a B. I had fun with it. I don't think it was a great movie, but if you're looking for something fun to see, I suggest you go see this movie. So guys, if you've seen Dumb and Dumber 2, tell me what you thought of it down below. What's your favorite quote from the first movie? My favorite quote is the quote I did in my intro. And if you've seen the first one, tell me what you think of it. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.